So first, let's try to understand. I'm not going to get into what World of Warships is trying to do with this, besides making you take 2 months in order to unlock a ship. First thing you got to look at is when you're looking at what ships to unlock. If it's got one of these little chevron, blue chevron things right here, or purple, what it's gonna okay, this one doesn't do it. It's a recommended project, so maybe we should do it. It's trying to tell you you should do it. You should view each segment. You should look at, see if you have the admiral already. Like here, I already have Norman Scott, and it's letting you know later on what rank they're going to need. Okay, so if you go through, let's say, because by the time you get here, it's a project. By the time you get here, look at your patron, and you'll see he needs rank 14. So Scott is staying the course through the whole thing. That's important. So this way you're not wasting um, rank upgrades on other ones. So we know that Scott's going to be important for this ship. Then the other thing we're going to look at is what ships do we need or what ships do we have. You don't need any of them. It just takes longer if you don't have them. Okay? So if you don't have any of these ships, it will take you longer to unlock. So then you could say, alright, Scott's still here. So Scott stays through the whole thing. So that's good. We don't have any of these ships, so we know how long that's going to take. It's going to take 48 hours every time. Alright. Again, we have the Anshin, so that helps a little bit. Then once you see we have the Anson. Now you go to the daily trials. The daily trials will knock down some time, right? So if you have any of these ships, you'll select it, and when you play with it, you'll get that corresponding 125k, 100k. Like if you have a tier 7 ship already, doesn't matter what it is, you win a battle with it during the 24-hour period, it'll give you that 100k. So you can, go through that and figure that out. Now, let's look at some of these purple chevron dudes. So the Mentor is pretty much straight through, see? No problems, right? You can look through, see which ones you have, make sure you have at least one of these admirals. You got Tenant, things like that. Alright. Check, make sure you got some ships if you're going to do that. But if we look at some difficult ones, say Kaga, not a good example. Here we go. When it has this super little bell around it, whatever you want to call it, you have to have this ship or this piece. You have to have the lion. You cannot progress unless you have this ship. Okay? And so you need the lion on this. You need the Richie Lou. And that's it. So you need the lion and the Richie Lou. If you don't have it, there's really no point in getting down with it right now. The Cleaver, all normals, you would check what ships you have versus what commanders you have. Again, which one is this? The Cristoforo Colombo. Again, if you don't have the Caracciolo, if you don't have this ship, you're not going to progress past this point. You can have this ship. Let me see. You can have one of these. the Abruzzi, Nuremberg, something like that, be just rocking along. But as soon as you get to this point, you're stopped. As soon as you get to this point, if you don't have the V Veneto, you're not going no further. If you don't have the Lepanto, you're not going no further. Now, that's not to say that you can't do these. Well, you cannot do these, period, without those, period. Now, you can look at them, make your list. Some people make spreadsheets. Make your list and say, hey, this is the ship I want to go through, and go ahead and unlock the ship. However, by all means, please do. But just realize, like, when I completed this one, I had to go get the Zara, you know, like I looked at it. Wait a minute. No, I have to go in order to complete the. So I have to go get the Zara. So, looking back, the reason why I didn't complete this, Diamphily. Maybe I'll go back and I'll look and see about unlocking the Zara, because this is. What is this ship? So let's look at the Napoli, the legendary cruiser. Got some slow torpedoes. It's a pretty strong ship there, huh? Pretty good looking ship. Got a nice little list of secondaries. That's good. It's always good. Alright. So maybe we'll cancel. So then what you could do. So right now I'm working on the Montana and the Conqueror. And your two battleships. It's not a battleship. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know too much. Anyway. So now that's that part. So now let's look at the ships. So now when you're looking at the ships, if you're saying, so that's the Conqueror, it is all the way at the end of the tier, right? So I can guarantee you, you're going to need to go throughout this. If you don't have these boats right here, it's going to be a struggle. So I think we're going to eliminate the Conqueror. Like here, you need the Fiji, the Edinburgh, and the Neptune. So the ships you're trying to unlock are the last in that tier. You don't need these boats necessarily to unlock this. It just helps it go a little bit faster. Okay. So we said that. So let's go ahead and we're gonna view the segment. What did we say? The Napoli? We'll start the Napoli so you can see, since I already started before. So we hold to activate the segment. We're going to stop the Conqueror. Now we view the segment. I have to win a battle with the Zara. So now you gotta go find the Zara. Which Poli's Italian, right? So there's the Zara. So in order to get the Zara, I have to get the Trento unlocked. Let's unlock the Trento. We got 90k. And I'm not saying you should do it this way. We'll just do it this way. You don't have to buy it, you just have to unlock it. So now the Zara needs a boost. Again, you don't have to do it this way. What are we doing here? How much do we need? 143 we have. So I need 90,000. So if you have 90,000 so I could just buy this boat, grind it to unlock the Zara. 90,000 green stars, that's a lot of grinding. If I boost it, I need 90,000. So it's saying, where's 90,000 that this is going to cost me? Oh my god, even 4 grand, how about that? So if you don't have no doubloons, don't do this. Alright, so now here's why. So I got the ship. Purchase is 7 million. So you get what I'm saying? So now you're doing this, and I still need 2,900,000. 2,800,000. Oh, thank you, it's doing it for me. So then we see let's make it even. Alright, so now you can purchase the Zara. Now keep in mind, this is only going to get us through one segment. This is like, you gotta take the ship to battle. Doesn't have a commander. Assign a commander. So you want to go back to Bureau. See what commanders need what. You see Francesco, Stefan, and Angelo. Alright. I think I have this dude. So this dude, yeah. So we can take him to level 10, right? Because we're going to need him. What's this dude? Nowhere near Stefan. Nowhere near. Now, we're going to view this segment. The Alfie. So we're going to go find the Alfie. Hold on. So we're going to go find the Alfie, but more importantly, we're going to go see what commander sold. Stefan stays the course, so that's good. Steppen's not in here. Francisco's in here. Alright. So let's go find the Alpy. Yes, of course it is. So to unlock the Alpy, you have to see what I'm saying now. So now it's 200 grand. I've already spent 8,000 in doubloons, right? And you still have to buy the boat. Okay. So watch when you're doing this, making sure you're, because I'm not gonna do this. Making sure it took me a long time to get that 11,000. Making sure you're knowing where you're going. Now that brings up this cool part. So remember we stopped. We stopped what we were working on, so we can go back. What we were working on, Conquer. So we can go back to it and pick up. If you look at the stage progress, we can still pick it up because it's just paused. So you can still pick it up. We haven't done anything. We're gonna put Bruce in there, right? So we'll activate it again. Okay. So that's all I have to say about that. And you go back through and you put your guys back on. Right? Put your ships back on. And so now this, so when we come back tomorrow, so even though the Koenig isn't one here, as long as we win the Koenig in a different battle, where's that sucker at? Yeah. So we take the Koenig out. I ain't got it camoed or nothing. I know I'm drifting off. Now you get to see gameplay of somebody that's not an expert. There you go. Koenig is just a nice heavy ship, but it's lower tier heavy ship. Now we'll run through this so you can see that that will actually still count. So you can have 3 of those working for your bureau. These guys don't know why they're shooting off fireworks. No idea why they shoot off fireworks. But everybody's got their own gameplay. So, Konig's got some good secondary in here. A little lighthearted. I just send it full speed. Straight up the middle. We're not trying to prove ourselves on this one. Well, we'll see. See how the battle goes.
Enemy force detected. Dead ahead. Hull breach. We're taking on water quickly. Torpedoes to starboard. Problem solved, sir.
Okay, auto cruise through and not do anything. So, I hope that was somewhat of an explanation.